Today I'm going to be doing a story time video on my weight loss journey ever since, or I should say my weight loss struggles, my food struggles, from 7 years of age till current day, which I'm now 32. I just recently did a video on how I lost 50 pounds, and I'm currently still on this weight loss journey. I am still working really hard to lose a little bit more weight, get a little more toned and fit, and feel great about myself, which I already have built so much confidence, and I'm doing really great mentally and physically. But I want to share this story with you. I think it's really important to share it with you. I think maybe a lot of you can relate to it, and I don't know, just find it entertaining in some way. So pull up a chair, get your favorite drink. I've got a Diet Coke. Yes, I still drink Diet Coke. I know, the horror. Anyways, get your favorite drink of choice. Not gonna judge you if it's wine. I kind of wish my drink was full of wine right now. And I'm gonna tell you all about my very long journey. So for as long as I can remember, I have been on diets. As a kid, in elementary school, junior high, high school, college, there's always been a focus on my weight. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not going to say I was heavy or overweight because of certain individuals or anything like that, because I mean, it's ultimately still what I did and what happened because of what my choices were. So I'm not putting any responsibility on anybody else, but I am going to tell you my feelings and struggles throughout that entire time in my life. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's still a constant battle. It will probably always be a little bit of a battle and struggle for me in my life, because once you've come from that place in your life, you never really leave it. So yeah, let's just get started from when I was really young. So when I was really young, I was a little chubby. Nothing crazy, not super overweight, but chunky. I've always had these chubby cheeks and a little bit chubbier. I never felt, any different until I started to go to school outside of Catholic school, because I went to Catholic school when I was, from first grade, kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, actually preschool as well. I went to a Montessori or a Catholic school when I lived in New Jersey. And then when we moved to Arizona, I was then starting third grade. This is when I realized that I was chubby or different than other girls. Not saying anything against Arizona girls, just saying this is when it became more relevant to me, or understood what was going on with weight being an issue. It was also because I ended up going to public school in Arizona. And in public school, you get to dress different. You don't wear a uniform like I did in Catholic school. And so there are certain judgments that are placed on individuals that might not be wearing the same clothes as someone else, like different, you're popular or you're not because you're wearing a certain item. So I hung out with the popular girls in elementary school, our little clique of girls, and they all went to Limited 2 for their clothes. Does everyone remember this? Maybe if you're in my age range, you remember Limited 2. And it was the thing to go to Limited 2 to get your clothes. Now, they were expensive. So my mom's incredible. Of course, she wanted me to fit in and feel like I was a part of, my friends, like I was the same as them. And so she took me to go clothing shopping at Limited 2. Now, this was one of my first experiences feeling extremely sad and depressed about my weight, because I couldn't fit into the clothes that I wanted to wear just like my friends were wearing. And I was just so sad that I was fat, overweight, chubbier than my friends were, and that I couldn't wear the same things as them. My mom was more than willing to help me and purchase those clothes for me to feel, like I was fitting in with my friends, but unfortunately, it was not going to happen for me because of the size I was. So My mom was, willing to help, of course. Like, okay, I'll help you, be on a diet. If you want to lose weight, I can help you. And as a child, I don't think it registers to you that even though someone's there to help you and to like guide you with your eating and to lose weight, you don't want to do that because you want to be able to eat the same things your friends are eating. You want to be eat the same things your brother is eating. So I did try to eat healthy and like eat less and diet like my mom was trying to help me do when I was younger in elementary. But when I went over friends' houses, I totally ate snacks that I wasn't supposed to. And like at school, friends would give me snacks and stuff, and I still was chubby. And fast forward to junior high. So I was chubby throughout elementary school the entire time. I wouldn't say I was like overweight really. I was still healthy. I still was, playing at PE and at recess with my friends and running around, and I wasn't unhealthy, but I definitely was looked overweight in comparison to my friends because they were quite tiny. So I always had a struggle with that mentally. Like no boy wants to be with me because I'm chubby. My confidence was super low when it came to my appearance. Also, I got braces really early in life. I think in late 4th grade I got braces, and I'm talking about metal braces, super attractive. 5th grade, if I have a picture, I'll try and insert it, but 5th grade, I was at my least attractiveness level. Ooh, definitely a glow up from that year. So around 7th grade is when I started noticing that the boy attention, and for the negative reason, not the positive, and I was a little boy crazy. You should see some of those journals. I have journals like diaries from back in the day, and oh my goodness, was I boy crazy in 7th grade, and I really wanted a boyfriend bad. But I was chubby, and I was picked on. I was called names, mostly behind my back, but I knew it was happening kind of thing. And I smile now, but then it was really difficult. If it wasn't for my mom and grandma, I don't even know, I would have had a really, really hard time mentally. I definitely think I was depressed or had anxiety to the max. I still have anxiety to this day, but not to the extent. 7th grade was the worst I've ever been. And I also, if you guys have watched This Is Us, I'm Randall. Almost 100% Randall. I'm a little mix of probably Rebecca and Randall actually, but Randall I am a lot like in the sense that I was super hard on myself. Like I needed to be the best. I needed to have straight A's. I needed, to make my parents proud. I wanted to be the best. And I worked my butt off with my schooling. I've had straight A's, except not in college. I didn't get straight A's in college. But I had highest honors, 4.16 or higher throughout my entire schooling. And in 7th grade, it really was tough on me. I was just really kind of falling apart. And if it wasn't for my grandma, like literally counseling me every single morning before school, I was having panic attacks. Like I was sobbing before school every morning. And my grandparents lived next door to us, so it was awesome because my parents would already be at work before I left for school, and my grandparents would be with me in the morning, and my grandma was a lifesaver. I miss her so much. But she was so incredible. And she got me through that time. And during that time was when I realized, okay, I've got to do these things for myself. If I want a boyfriend, this was my mentality then. I'm not saying this was the right mentality, but my mentality then was boys like girls that are thinner. Boys don't like me because I'm fat. I want a boyfriend, so I need to lose weight. That was what motivated me. Not the right motivation, but it was still a motivator. And so from 7th grade to 8th grade, I lost 30 pounds. I was 30 pounds overweight. So I lost 30 pounds, and 8th grade was like my year. I felt amazing. I was super confident, felt amazing about myself, was extremely thin, and I didn't lose weight the healthiest either. I didn't have an eating disorder, but I would say it was borderline because I don't suggest that at all. Please don't do that. If you're watching this and you're a teen, please don't do that. It's not good for you, really. So I was super thin, feeling good and confident, amazing, but guess what? I still didn't have a boyfriend. So I'm like, okay, what's wrong with me? Like, I still am not good enough. Like, I'm thin. I'm, dressing cute now. Like, I was student council president. I was getting straight A's, doing really good, had a great group of friends. Yeah, still didn't have a boyfriend. Still was boy crazy. So that affected me mentally again. And no, I'm going to tell you right now though that no one knew, maybe except for my best friend, that I was so down on myself internally. Like, I beat myself up on a daily basis. I tore myself down on a daily basis. Would I talk to my friends like that? Would I talk to my no, never. I would never talk to my family the way I talk to myself. Like, I thought I was ugly. I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I wasn't thin enough. And I was 103 pounds and I'm 5'6". That's very thin. That's what I mean by it being borderline eating disorder. Like, I just was mentally in a horrible place. And I kind of stayed on that track throughout high school, unfortunately, and then I just gave up. I was like, why am I not eating the things that I enjoy? Because I love food. I'm from a Spanish-Italian family. We love our carbs. We love our food. Everything revolves around food my entire life. I have a lot of family members that also struggle with weight due to health conditions as well as just eating too much. And so it was a struggle for me to keep the weight off. And then eventually I just gave up and just focused on school, didn't focus on my eating, didn't focus on my health, didn't focus on finding a relationship, like with, finding a boyfriend. I didn't go to prom. It sounds so depressing. But let me tell you, it's not like I had zero fun in high school. I did have a lot of fun still too. I had great friends still. I did a lot of fun things. But the focus all of high school for me was my weight still. And being worried about what people were saying about me, thinking about me, saying behind my back. A couple times I heard boys in my class talking about me. It killed me. Like, they said negative things about me, not positive things. Like, one specific one that I can't believe I still remember this. It was my sophomore year of high school. And I was in art class. So we sat on stools, not like regular chairs. So you're kind of higher up. And I had like these corduroy kind of tan pants on. And I don't know if they were tighter or what. By the way, this is back in the time when having a big booty was not a positive thing. Everyone wanted small, little, tiny, petite booties. No one wanted like round, beautiful, curvy booties. Thank God that's in style now, or like back, because I got that. But back then, it was not attractive to have a big butt, or to the majority of guys, And so they were like making fun about me having a big butt, like commenting about my butt. Maybe it wasn't negative. Maybe they were commenting about it positive, but because I was in such a horrible mental state about my body, anytime I heard anyone say something, and let me tell you, it wasn't usually about my butt, because that was like a prominent thing. Always, my butt sticks out, it's big, it's there, it's in charge. And that's usually when I would hear comments like, oh, look at that ass, or, oh my God, look at her butt, it's huge, it's like two of so-and-so's, like comments like that. I totally took negatively. But who knows, maybe they were thinking about it positively, but I'll never know, and it crushed me. I remember I wore a skirt once to school, and I heard someone commenting that they saw cellulite on my legs. So I never wore a skirt or shorts to school again. No lie. Honestly, can't remember a time I've worn shorts since then. It's really sad. I've tried. I've purchased shorts before that were longer. Still didn't wear them because I felt like I looked horrible and overweight. So it's so sad how we let other people affect our like thought process, our happiness. Like we let people stupid comments like that affect us, but bullies really like that really can shape someone and their future, sadly. So it really did affect me, and I just kept gaining weight. I gained a lot of weight throughout high school and the beginning of college. I kept to myself. I still had friends. Like I said, I still always had friend group. I always still hung out with friends and had amazing people in my life. My family were major in my life, amazing. And throughout that entire time, they encouraged me to lose weight. They tried to help me lose weight. My mom especially, she took me to Weight Watchers. She helped me try to lose weight by going like low carb when that was popular, like Atkins and South Beach. And I would usually lose weight for a little bit and then stop doing it because it was just too hard to sustain. And yeah, it just kept going like that, unfortunately, until at my heaviest, I'm not going to say my weight now, but I will say at my very heaviest, I was 260 pounds. That is a very large amount of weight to be on a 5'6" petite frame. I am very petite when I'm at my smallest weight. So I can't say I'm big boned. I can't say anything like that. I'm 5'6", I'm petite framed, and it did not balance out well. Also at my heaviest though, I was not aware that I had hypothyroidism. I found this out when I was 19. I went to a specialist. I had gone to doctors previously, and they were horrible to me, to be honest. When I was gaining weight, I wasn't eating a tremendous amount of food. I wasn't eating crazy things that would be making me gain weight so quickly. I gained weight ridiculously quickly. I could just have like a plate of pasta and gain 5 pounds. Like, I'm talking craziness. And they couldn't find anything, and they pretty much called me a liar when I told them what I ate. And that's why, another part of why I gave up, because I was like, well, if no one believes me, might as well eat what they think I'm eating. But then that just caused me to gain weight even faster. And when I moved out of the house, which I moved out at 17, my senior year of high school, I was also working part-time, and I lived in my parents' investment home by myself. And when I lived on my own, I ate a lot of fast food, and also that helped me gain a lot of that weight. And I ate things that I wasn't allowed to eat as a kid. Like, I wasn't allowed to eat sugary cereals. I wasn't allowed to eat like Gushers and Tasty Cakes and like all those sugary sweet things. And we didn't even go to fast food that often as kids. So I definitely made up for lost time, and hence getting to 260 pounds. So yeah, that was a breaking point for me, and I'm going to tell you what ended up inspiring me to get it together. So first of all, I found out I had the hyperthyroidism, got on medication for it. I also had PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. PCOS never goes away, so it's dormant for me now, but I have hypothyroidism still. I'm managing it, and I mean, it does hinder the amount of weight I can lose at one time, but it is what it is. I work with it. So once I knew that and I got on medication for it, it did help me start to lose weight. One specific occurrence happened that made me change my ways again. And I hate to say it, but it was because of a guy. It was because of a boy. I'm not going to say his name because I'm still friends with him to this day, and that would be awkward. But there was a very good friend of mine who was so sweet to me in high school. Actually, freshman year of high school, he flirted with me constantly, and I was really interested in his friend, not him. So I totally ignored it, and then was It's so stupid. And then, of course, in my journal, it's like, oh, no guys like me a lot. Hello? Like, look back on it, I'm like, there were so many other guys, like, flirting with you, but you were so focused on, you know, who the freak was, I don't know. Nick, let's just say his name was Nick. You're so focused on Nick or Tom, and you've got freaking Harry, which is not his name, but you've got, why did I pick Harry? Let's say Josh. You've got Josh over here flirting with you and like wanting to be with you, but you're so focused on freaking Nick and whoever I said, I can't remember, that you could have had a boyfriend, you idiot. Oh my gosh. High school, I tell ya. But anyways, he was so sweet to me in high school. We always laughed so much when we were together. And so he ended up being at one of my good friend's birthday parties. It was her 19th birthday. And we saw him there, and I had great conversation with him, and I was totally into him, like right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have such a crush on him, but he's never gonna want to be with me at this weight. I'm so overweight, like who's gonna want to be with me? And I was super hard on myself again. Again, I don't want you guys to take this as like, you should be this way to yourself. Please don't be. But so that did motivate me though to lose weight. So after that day, I was like, no more of this. No more fast food, no more eating myself to death. I am going to lose weight. And so that's what started my first weight loss, my big weight loss journey. I lost 60 pounds between, I think that was 2007 to 2000, yeah, 2007 to 2009. I lost 60 pounds, or maybe a little bit more even. I was feeling really good. And so once I turned 21, I was feeling myself. I was like, I'm looking good, getting guys' attention. So this is when you start drinking though. And you don't think about how many calories are in those drinks and shots. Because I wasn't drinking beer, I was drinking Smirnoff. I wasn't drinking, well, I was actually drinking vodka tonics a lot, but because I love vodka. Vodka's my like go-to alcohol. But I was also drinking like Malibu and pineapple, loaded with sugar and calories. Mixed drinks, loaded with calories. So as I'm drinking all these, you know, sugary drinks and everything, I'm starting to gain weight again. And so my weight fluctuated again. And so is my life story. Lots of up and down yo-yo dieting, lots of focus on the wrong things. And honestly, it took me a very long time to refocus. When I was 21 and 22 is when I felt the best about myself. I had lost the 60 pounds, doing good, had a lot of guys' attention, had boyfriends, dated quite a bit between that time period. I was on YouTube for that time period, so you guys saw a lot of that as well. And that's when I had first started YouTube. And then you saw me gain weight a lot, like lots of weight, and then you saw me lose some and then gain it back and then lose some and gain it back. So I didn't always talk about the fluctuations in weight, but I always did tell you guys, you know, when I was losing weight or when I was really focusing on my diet and exercise. And I always wanted that to motivate me, and it did, but it was such a struggle. And a lot of it was mental. It's not about the inability to exercise. It wasn't about the inability to have the willpower to not put food in my mouth. It was the mental battle of, oh, my friends are eating that, I want to eat that. So then you eat that, and then you beat yourself up about it. Instead of just having something in moderation, instead of not beating myself up about it and just moving on and eating healthy the next day, I continued that horrible cycle of just being super hard on myself. So after my accident, I had a very, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I had a very severe car accident. It was so severe that I had to relearn how to walk, and it took me 6 months to recover. I'm not gonna go into all my injuries. I can link, actually I forgot I have that story time. So I'll link that down below, my car accident story. But after that, I had gained weight again, and I was just like not feeling good about myself. I'm like, you know what? No, this is not life. This is not living. You know, at the time I was still in my 20s, And I was like, I need to, do something different for myself. I'm going to start saying yes to opportunities. I'm going to stop holding myself back because of what weight I am. I'm going to feel confident and better about myself and make this about me and build up my confidence and self-esteem. And before that, I was don't get me wrong, I've been working on my mental self-talk and my self-confidence and trying not to think and care about what people think for years and years. It wasn't just then that everything just magically happened. I've been working on it for a very, very, very long time. And it was a slow progression, and it still is a work in progress. But I do believe after my accident is when I really started changing, and I went on dates after I got better, and I didn't think about, do they think I'm fat or do they think this about me? I really tried to just focus on, is this person good for me? Do I like this person? Do I want to be with this person? Let alone if they want to, who cares if they want to be with me? Do I even want to be with them, And I still was kind of going back and forth with weight, but I was way more confident in myself. I felt good about myself mentally and about where I was going, and I just wanted more for myself than just thinking about my weight. But it was always an underlying factor. It was always in the background of my mind. I always would measure myself up to other women, like, oh my gosh, I'm the fattest one in this room. Stuff like that. Horrible mental process or like self-talk. Or if oh, God forbid I ate a donut, oh my gosh, I was just so horrible to myself. And we still are. As women, it's super hard. I think men also struggle with this, they just don't admit it. But we're just really hard on ourselves. And it's still a work in progress, teaching myself to love myself, appreciate myself for who I am today and who I want to be, setting goals for myself. And if you guys want to know how I ended up being motivated and lost the weight recently, I will make sure to link that also down below for you. But really the big thing having this be sustainable is that I made a lifestyle change. I didn't make it into a diet. I made it, okay, this is what I'm going to do to help myself, to be healthy, to be able to maintain the weight loss. I did not want to gain it back again. That's all I've done my entire life. Lose 30 pounds, gain 50. Lose 20 pounds, gain 30. Just back and forth. And I just really wanted to make this work for me, and it really has. So I'm sorry if this was all over the place and maybe not even that interesting. I don't even know if I'll post this, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to do a ton of different weight loss stuff coming up, like my favorite low-calorie, easy recipes and tips and tricks that I've used for finding things that work for me with exercise and things like that. My favorite Amazon finds that have helped me with my weight loss. So I'll be doing those very soon. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.